Good afternoon. This is Betty Meredith, President of the Retirement Resource Center, a retirement education and training company for financial professionals, clients, and consumers. And I'm happy to be your host today for this webinar, Social Security WEP, FOMO, IDK, or LOL, with Mike Wilson as our presenter. Employees who work for Social Security exempt agency for some or all of their career may be impacted by the Windfall Elimination Provision, otherwise known as WEP. Workers and their employees need to not only understand the financial impact of the WEP on a worker, but also possibly the impact on the worker's spouse. And the good news is that the WEP effect is not as severe as the rumor mill makes it out to be, and there are potential ways to reduce the financial impact. Michael Wilson, CFP, CRC, is the owner of Integrity Financial Planning. And prior to Integrity, he worked over 2 years as a faculty member at the College of Financial Planning in Denver, training other financial advisors. Mike has extensive experience in the mutual fund industry, having worked 10 years with Fidelity Investments and Invesco Mutual Funds. He has an MBA in finance from Baylor University and is a certified financial planner and a certified retirement counselor. He and his wife, Nancy, live in Salt Lake City, and when not working on retirement issues, you'll find Mike on his mountain bike somewhere in the Wasatch Mountains. So Mike, thanks for taking time to address this topic and its related topic, the government pension offset, also known as the GPO, that you'll be presenting a live webinar on Thursday, October 21st. So both topics have been woefully underaddressed for helping advisors understand something that affects over 2 million people in the United States. So Mike, thanks for doing that today and for joining us today. And I'll now turn it over to you.
Okay, thank you very much, Betty. Welcome, everyone. So FOMO, for you boomers like me who don't get these acronyms, maybe fear of missing out. And when it comes to the WEP and Social Security, it's sometimes your workers, your employees, or you yourself, if you work for a Social Security exempt agency, may have that fear. IDK stands for I don't know. Yeah, WEP. Well, how does that work? And then LOL, I think sometimes we, could mean laugh out loud, could mean lots of love. In this case, I think it means lots of luck in terms of, can I really understand how the WEP works? And if it's challenging for us, if we are in the industry, to understand the WEP, you can imagine for the average worker who is working for a Social Security exempt agency, how in the world are they going to understand it? So hopefully by the time we get done today, though, it won't be lots of luck for you. You'll be like pretty in tune with understanding how it all works. So from a learning standpoint today, here's what we want to try and cover. First, we're going to talk about how Social Security actually defines different various retirement benefits, and their language sometimes is a little bit different than ours, especially when we're in the industry. We want to look and understand when the WEP does apply as well as when it does not apply. Figure out how to calculate the WEP impact on a worker's Social Security benefit. Determine who's going to be affected by it, and it could just be the worker themselves, but it could also potentially be a worker's spouse. And then also talk about at the end some ways of reducing the impact of the WEP, the Windfall Elimination Provision. So let's think about things in terms of Social Security language, Social Security lingo. In Social Security's terminology, a pension means either a periodic or a lump sum payment from a retirement plan, disability plan. Could come from the employer's contributions, could also come though from employee contributions. So right off the bat, pension in Social Security language sometimes is different than what we, if we're in the retirement planning industry, think about, because normally when we think about a pension, we think lifetime paycheck. But even if somebody says, well, I'm just going to take a lump sum payout and maybe roll my pension over to an IRA, therefore I don't have a quote pension from, it's kind of the traditional mindset. Social Security is still going to say, wait a minute, that lump sum payment, that still counts as a pension, even though it's not being paid out for the rest of your life, even though you rolled it to an IRA. So really, when you think about this from Social Security's perspective, pension in the traditional sense means pension, but also if you, let's say you work for a state agency, city, county, whatever, local government agency that only offers, say, a defined contribution plan, your primary benefit, that is considered, quote, a pension from Social Security's perspective. So again, very different. So if your primary plan benefit for your employees, let's say, is a 401k, that is considered a pension, even though, again, in the industry, we wouldn't think of it that way. So really, think about pension just basically means if it's an employer-paid retirement benefit, then it's considered a pension. 401k, 457, 403b, traditional pension, those are all considered pensions from Social Security's standpoint.